Good morning. This is Dan Way, Department of State Treasurer. Welcome to the April 2021 Ask Me Anything monthly conference with Treasurer Folwell. This is your opportunity to ask him what's on your mind, and he'll tell you what's on his. So if you're ready, we'll go ahead and get started with some opening remarks from Treasurer Folwell.
Thank you, Dan. Thank all of you for joining us. Obviously, there's a lot going on with healthcare, with the local government commission, lots of big issues. The Just an update: the pension plan is nearing $118 billion in valuation, and we remain in the check delivery business. We're paid out nearly $550 million for the last 30 days to over 340,000 retirees who taught, protected, or otherwise served. The pension plan, as you might remember, the Board of Trustees lowered the assumed rate of return to 6.5%. We continue to work with the stakeholders to on the funding aspect of that, both with the League of Municipality, the County Commissioner Association, as well as with the General Assembly. On healthcare, you've probably seen several press releases regarding data and House Bill 169 and some other issues regarding the transparency initiative that we started 3 years ago. The President issued an executive order 2 years ago, which was challenged at the lower court and the U.S. Court of Appeals, where that executive order was upheld. So we are continue to try to figure out what's right, get it right, and keep it right. We have our LGC agenda that's on the website, and with with that, we'd be glad to answer any question you might have.
Thank you, Treasurer Folwell. So we'll open it up now for questions from those of you who are on the line who would like to go first.
Hey, can you all hear me?
Yeah. So if you could identify yourself, that'd be great.
Hi, this is Lynn Bonner from Policy Watch.
Hey, Lynn.
Hey, how are you? I'm wondering if you can give me an update on East Laurinburg and tell me how many towns have finances that are now under the control of the LGC.
Lynn, I'll get you a perfect answer to that after we get off this call. Let's start with your first question. East Laurinburg is a situation like exists in some other parts of North Carolina. The audits, I believe, are in that case are 6 years or 7 years behind, and we are putting forth a resolution today to the local government commission to approve a resolution asking that the local delegation and through the General Assembly de-incorporate East Laurinburg. We're doing that simultaneously while we actually have our own staff in East Laurinburg trying to figure out where the money is, where it's gone, and who's owed. So that's the update on East Laurinburg. Once the local government commission passes this resolution, it'll be up to the local delegation to do something about that in the General Assembly. This is not an outcome that anybody desires, whether it's east anything or west anything or or north anything, but it's where we are. The other issue is that we made an announcement last night that we're having to take over Pikeville. That's east of where we're sitting. Another situation where it's not always the case, but either it's an auditing issue, it's a governance issue, or it's a reconciliation of the finances issue. With Pikeville, it's on top of all that, it's a debt service issue. They have, I think, 2, if not 3 pieces of debt that are coming due between now and July 4th that have to be dealt with. You know, when debt comes due, people expect to be paid. So that's what's going on there, and then we will get you a clear answer. But just in the last 10 days, I have personally visited Cliffside, which is in the west, and Cleveland County, Rutherford County. I have visited Kingstown, which we've taken over. I have visited Robersonville. I have visited Autryville. I've gone to Bethel, which is east of here, which we just got the Greenville Utilities Commission to take on all the water, all the sewer connections are now completed. So I would say, as far as the number of entities that we've taken over, it's less than a dozen.
And how long have you been working in, or have the LGC been working in East Laurinburg? Because I know it's been quite a while, and I'm wondering why they were not able to kind of reconcile the issues that East Laurinburg had, whether it's their budget or their debt, or why they weren't able to kind of clear up the problems there.
We are not the governing body of East Laurinburg. They have a duly elected city council and mayor. And so when we ask them to hire a bookkeeper, to hire an auditor, to get the books up to date, to get the audits refreshed, that's only something, until we get to this level, that's only something they can actually do. And it's been promise after promise after promise. And as I said earlier, this is not just, East Laurinburg. It's east of here, it's west of here, it's not really north of here, but it's everywhere across North Carolina.
Thank you.
And you've got all the information about, we're going to go over a lot of these resolutions today in the LGC meeting.
Okay, I'll be on. Thank you.
Did you have any other questions, Lynn?
No, I think you mentioned debt in Pikeville. Who do they owe, and how much do they owe?
I've got a lot of things on the tip of my tongue, but that's not one of them. We'll give you that information, and it's either with a community that small, I imagine it's like USDA debt possibly, or it's private placement debt owed to a bank.
I think I have a list of those, Lynn. I should be able to get to you.
Thank you.
But we are to close the loop on this. We are working with we are working with the League of Municipalities, the County Commissioners Association, electricities when there's essential services, as well as the School of Government. We're trying to measure 10 times and hopefully not have to cut, but measuring 10 times, but we have to cut, only cutting once.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lynn. We appreciate the questions.
And I do want to add, a lot of this is done don't know how I could do this, is in conjunction with the state auditor's office, because a lot of these issues the state auditor is involved in, I wouldn't say without our knowledge, but she has her own fiduciary and statutory responsibilities and duties. So a lot of these situations, we go to a meeting and they're there also.
Got it.
Yeah, we do try to coordinate when possible, when it's the right thing to do.
Right. We have a number of folks on the line today, so we don't have any particular order, but I'd like to ask the next question. Go ahead. Okay, we're open for questions if anyone has anything else. All right, well, we appreciate all your participation today, and we'll have some closing remarks from the treasurer.
Well, thank you all for joining us. As I want to thank staff for putting this together, and we have these calls because you all have jobs to do, and especially as keepers of the public purse, we think we have a responsibility to be the most transparent state agency in North Carolina, if not the country. And to the extent that we have the information that we can release when you have a job to do, we try to help you do it. Does anybody else have a question? All right.
Alright, well, we thank you all. Remember, we have the LGC meeting at 1:30. You can call in on that, listen only, and we'll see you next month. Thank you.